Do you feel like you're pretty good at tamping down your emotions, hiding how you really feel about things from your wife? Hi, I'm Charlie McKeever, your happy man coach. And the other day I was on a call with a man and he says, I think I have a pretty good poker face. And I said, okay, yeah, really? What do you mean by that? What are you saying? And he says, well, I think that I hide how I'm feeling. I think that I do a pretty good job of not showing my emotions. And he's talking about to his wife. And I said, okay, tell me about that. What does that look like, right? What makes you say that? And he gave me some examples, and I said, okay, here's what generally happens. Men think that they are pretty good at hiding their emotions, that they are keeping how they're feeling to themselves. But I got to tell you, that's not true. It's not really true. No matter how good you think you are at hiding it, holding it in, no matter how good of a poker face you think you have, she feels it. She can feel it. She's like one of those earthquake meters, you know, the seismometer, or seismograph, whatever that word. Put the name of that in the comments. It's like she picks up on all of the little tremors, right? Not just the stuff, not just the earthquake where it shakes all the pictures off the walls and collapses bridges, but where there's just little tremors, just under the surface. She can feel it, right? Just a little bit of friction, a little bit of tension. She can feel it because there's micro expressions in our face. You know, if I make faces here, if I relax my face, if I look and try to concentrate, if I'm confused, you know, like there's even no matter what we're doing, we think we're hiding it, there's still micro expressions in our face. There's tension in our face. There's tension in our body. She feels all that. She feels the way that we hold ourselves, whether we stand up tall, whether we kind of slump. She feels whether we set a glass down on the counter too hard, if our tone of voice, this is a big one. This is a big one. I can't tell you how many times in the past week I've heard a man say, I said to her, and then she said, you don't have to yell at me. And he's like, I wasn't yelling. But he's not saying it from a place of calm. He's not saying it from a place of groundedness. He's not saying it from a place of truth that he knows for himself, that he knows that he's okay no matter what, that he doesn't need somebody else to agree with him for him to be right. He's saying it from a place of anxiety and fear and frustration and resentment and upset. And when he does, she hears it as he's yelling at her. She feels like she's being yelled at because tone is very important to her. That's, again, that friction, a little bit of that just under the surface, that she's afraid that there's more behind it, right? Not just that you're mildly upset or mildly frustrated, but that's just the tip of the iceberg, and that if you'll really let it all out, that you know, then fire is going to rain down on her. And so when you say, I'm really good at hiding my emotions, I'm really good at suppressing it, that I have a good poker face, you're really just fooling yourself. You're not fooling her, because she can feel it. Now, she may not always have the words to express what she's feeling. She may not be able to tell you what she's feeling, but she's going to react to her feelings. She's going to react to that. And then you're going to see her reaction, which essentially is her reaction to you. And then you're going to react to her reacting to you. So you walk in the room with some thoughts in your head, upset at her, right? For not being affectionate, for not being close, for not being intimate, right? You're wanting her to come closer, but now you're frustrated with her. And now that frustration, she can feel it. And now she starts to act weird, and then now you start to act weird responding to her. And now she starts to respond to you. So back and forth you go, ping pong, ping pong, ping pong, right? And so it becomes this thing where we think that we're hiding it, and we don't realize how we're participating in what we're experiencing, because we're telling ourselves the story that we're doing a good job of keeping her from knowing how we're feeling. See how this works? See how that lie isn't affecting us? See how it's affecting your relationship? It's very quiet. It's very insidious. And I can tell you that it's not the way forward. It's not how you need to live. It's not how you have to live. That there is a place where you can be honest about what you're thinking, that you can actually express yourself without fear. And that place is inside of my community, the Happy Man Coaching community. Now, I know what you're going to say. That sounds very self-serving. You're leading me up to this place where you're telling me that I can join your community. Yeah, I am. Because you need a place where you can be able to work these things out. Taking everything that you have to her and dumping it on her isn't going to fix the problem. In fact, it's going to make it worse. She doesn't want that burden. She doesn't want that responsibility. And quite frankly, she doesn't feel qualified to fix your insides. So you need a community of men that you can talk to, where you can start to get this stuff out, start to bring it to the surface, right? Start to work it through. Start to figure out for yourself what you think about these things, what you believe, what your truth is on these things, what's important to you, what you value, what you'll agree to, what you won't agree to, right? What your boundaries are. What is it that you want her to know? What do you want to create for yourself? What do you want to invite her into, right? These are all questions that you have the answers to. You have them right now. It's just that you haven't spent a lot of time investigating them, bringing the answers to the surface. And when you do, then there's less and less that you need to take to her. In fact, you start valuing actions over words. You start saying, you know what, I'm not going to talk about these things, I'm going to live these things. I'm going to live my values, my priorities, my truth, and let the results of that be my reality. And if there is something that you need to take to her, then you're clear about it. You're not trying to work it out in front of her. You're not asking her to make you feel better. You're not asking her to save you. You're actually there being able to hold space for both of you, for you and her, to be able to give her the opportunity to tell you what's going on inside of her without being reactive, without taking it personally, without getting upset. You're in a much better, more calm, more grounded, more confident place to be able to manage your emotions, right? And give her a space for her to express hers. You stop trying to manage her emotions and you start becoming curious about what's going on inside of her. That you give her a safe place to be safe with you. That she can trust you because you trust yourself. So I want you to go to happymancoaching.com and fill out my free coaching call request form. We're going to spend an hour talking with each other. You're going to tell me what's going on. When you tell me I have a pretty good poker face, I think that I'm hiding how I really feel, I don't think that she knows, we're going to talk about that. We're going to talk about the details of that, and we're going to explore the truth of that. And then we're going to find out what it is that's going on inside of you, what's bubbling inside of you, what's affecting your mood, what's affecting your decisions, what's affecting your actions, and how are those things impacting your relationship? Because I guarantee you, she knows. She knows something is up. She may not know the specifics. She may not know the exact words, but she can feel it, right? She can feel that friction. And she doesn't like it. She doesn't want it. And it makes her uncomfortable. It makes her withdraw, makes her distance herself from you. And that is how we participate in what we're experiencing. So go to happymancoaching.com, fill out that free consultation form. There's also coaching courses on the website. There's my Divorce Bomb Recovery book. There's the community. There's retreats. There's in-person meetups here in the Austin area if you're in Austin, Texas. And there's plenty of resources for you to unravel this hairball, to be able to get the clarity, the strength, and the confidence you need in order to lead yourself and your wife to a different version of your relationship, to really be able to be comfortable in your own skin and create what you want for yourself in your life. I know that's going to sound crazy. I know that's going to sound foreign, but I'm telling you that it's possible. So happymancoaching.com, that's what I have for you today, and I'll talk to you soon.